Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Susan Dawn Spiritual Connections. Welcome to a brand new Sacred Union Energy update. Quick announcements first. I am very happy to say that the Unity Code is now available wherever books are sold. It released last week, and I'm so happy to finally have it out into the world so that you can get it, you can read it, and it can help support your Sacred Union Ascension journey. We have 3 versions available. The first 2 are available everywhere: Barnes & Noble, Waterstones, Amazon, everywhere books are sold, or you can get signed copies directly from me in my shop at susandonspiritual.com/books. We have the paperback, we have the hardcover, and only available in my shop, we have the special edition hardcover with this limited edition blue cover, which I really love too. So this one is only available through my shop. I'm doing a book signing meet and greet at my local spiritual shop. So if you're local to the area and you want to join us, make sure that you're coming by on Saturday, October 26th from 3 to 7 p.m. We're going to be doing a live stream on TikTok through the shop's TikTok account. I'll have more announcements on social media and on the community posts here on YouTube, so make sure that you are staying tuned for all the details. I'll also have the announcement in a newsletter coming up this weekend. So make sure that if you are interested in attending or viewing the live stream event, that you are registering so you don't forget. What else? Oh, October fundraiser readings are coming to a close. So if you're interested in getting a tarot reading with me to help support the animals impacted by the hurricane, that you are booking that. As you know, I'm only open to personal readings when I'm running these special fundraisers. We're going to be gearing up for the year ahead reading, so I don't know when I'll be running another personal reading special, probably not until next year. So if you're interested in getting a check-in, or if you have something that you want to look into and you're interested in a personal reading, make sure that you're booking through the fundraiser. Just simply go to the website and go to the bookings, and you'll have all the information there. I think that's it. I think that's all the announcements. So let's get into it and see what is going on with this energy. There's a little bit of a hermit mode going on, and it feels like it's for both counterparts. And when I say hermit mode, this doesn't feel like detachment, and it doesn't feel like withdrawn. This feels like just kind of self-focused, internally focused. For the divine feminines, it feels like you're focused on your own life, maybe not so focused on the journey or your counterpart, which is exactly where your energy and attention should be in creating your joyful life, creating your best life, whatever it is that you want that's going to make you feel fulfilled. You're in that zone, you're in that mode. For the divine masculines, it feels like there is an internal process that's going on. And what they're saying is that this is part of their awakening, their ascension, their rebirth. I'm getting this feeling that the masculines are feeling a lot of emotions at this time. We just had the super full moon in Aries, and Aries is a very, I'm hearing the word volatile, but not volatile as in aggressive. It feels volatile as in a lot of emotions. What I'm actually seeing and being shown is a volcano erupting, and that's what it feels like. It feels like there's a lot of emotions that might be coming to the surface for the masculines, to be acknowledged and to be released. So there seems to be a bit of an internal process for the masculines where there is a lot of emotion that's coming to the surface. Divine feminines, this might be your inner masculine if you're feeling this, but for the divine feminines, I mostly feel like they're very grounded, very centered, very balanced, and very at peace. Again, it feels like they are self-focused. And it doesn't feel like distractions. I was just kind of asking spirit in my mind, is this a distraction for the divine feminine? And the answer is no, it's not a distraction. She's just focused where her attention and her energy is focused where it needs to be, which is not on the masculine, not outside of herself. It's everything is within. And we've been sharing that message, talking about the message for months now. That's been coming through in all my client readings. Make sure that you're checking out the last collective sacred union message that we posted. It's time to let go, because that message is really important. It's not about letting go of your counterpart. It's not about severing the connection. Letting go means letting go of that past version of your story, past version of who they were, past version of your journey, and past version of who you were, in order to really embody who you are, who you have become through this journey, in order to keep moving forward, in order to keep creating. And you're creating from within. You don't create from the external in, you create from the inside out. You are the empowered creator. You are the master manifester. However it is most comfortable for you to apply that, you are literally creating your reality. You are literally writing your script. You are literally writing your story. And so if you're so focused on somebody else, you're disempowering yourself. And part of your journey is bringing that sense of empowerment back to you, and recognizing that you're not beholden, you're not dependent on somebody else, you're not dependent on a journey to figure out what your life has become. You are literally taking the reins for your life. They just showed me the chariot in my mind. You're literally taking the reins, recognizing yourself as an empowered being. And once you really embody that, everything changes. Your whole life changes. You change. And it just keeps getting better and better and better, because you're literally creating your own reality from your beliefs that you hold about yourself, from the perspectives that you have. And this is not a limiting perspective. This is all about expansion. Our journey is all about expansion. And so the more that you are in that expanded state, that limitless state, creating, the more everything opens up for you. Your spiritual practice, whatever that might be, opens up. Your spiritual gifts open up. Your relationships heal, grow, expand. Your connections, and remember, connection isn't just about connections with people. It's connections, maybe your connection to money, your connection to hobbies, your business, your passions, your connection to the world, your connection to God's source. Whatever that connection is, your connection to animals, your connection to your things that you love, it's connection. Everything is an energy exchange. Everything is connection. And so those connections expand and grow. This journey is all about expansion. It's not about keeping yourself small and keeping yourself stuck. And if you're finding yourself feeling stuck, I have also just opened up to single session coaching sessions. I'm having amazing breakthroughs with my clients. They're doing incredible work in our sessions. And in even just a few months, it's like everything is shifting and clicking for them. It's incredible. And so I've opened up to single sessions, as well as I have packages within the Sacred membership if you're interested in community coaching, group coaching, or if you're interested in one-on-one sessions with me. It's really incredible, lasting transformations that this journey is all about. And so if you have enjoyed the readings that we do and the guidance that we do in the readings, we take that to the next level in the coaching sessions, where there's channeling and guidance there as well. It's just not using the cards. It's just more of a one-on-one casual exchange. So I've opened up to those as well. But that's what it's about. It's about creating that lasting transformation. It's about that expansion. That's what this journey is all about. It's about breaking you through, breaking you open, essentially breaking through anything that was limiting you, and remembering that you're not limited. You are in fact a limitless being, because you are soul, and soul is nothing but expansion. That is what your sacred union journey is all about. Your sacred union journey is about your own evolution. That's why my book, the tagline is your sacred union is a story of your evolution. That's what catalyzed your evolution, is your sacred union. It's all about the expansion and how you're growing, and how you're evolving. So, Divine Feminines, I feel like you are in a really great place where you are just, empowering yourself. You're deciding, what is it that fulfills me? You are leveling up, upgrading, expanding, whatever word you want to use, in maybe many different areas in your life, as it should be. That is what the journey is all about. And it's not that you're leaving your counterpart behind. In fact, it's the opposite. It's you're creating a space. You're creating your life, and your counterpart is going to be doing the same, or is doing the same. And as you meet each other on that bridge, even in physical experience, whatever that bridge is, you're going to meet each other in that interdependence for a healthy, conscious connection, for a healthy, conscious relationship. That's what it's all about. It's not about taking away from each other. It's about number one, having something to offer in an energy exchange, in that reciprocal energy, but also it's about amplifying. The energy is amplified, and you've experienced that with your twin flame or sacred partner. You've experienced that amplified energy. And so the more that you are creating that life, that vision, that sense of you, that sense of empowerment in your life, whatever that looks like, whatever that expression is in your physical life. That could be, maybe you're creating a business, maybe you are, creating family or mending relationships with family, or building your social network. Maybe it is something with your career. Maybe you are moving to the location of your dreams, or the house of your dreams, or whatever this is. You're taking steps towards that fulfillment, while also at the same time being very present in that gratitude, in the appreciation. You're not looking too far ahead that you're forgetting the blessings that are here now. Spirit really wanted to come in and say that. So you're creating, you're in the process of creating and taking those guided steps towards that fulfillment, towards your happiness. So you're not seeking something outside of yourself to do that for you. There are people, places, experiences, things that help to support us in that, but you're not seeking that from somebody. You're not seeking something or someone to fulfill you for you. You're literally creating that for yourself. You recognize that you have all the tools in which to do that. And your partner is amplifying that, or is going to amplify that. Energetically, they already are. So if you're feeling this inner union, you know that you're not separate from your counterpart. And no matter where you are in distance, or if there's no communication or no contact, or whatever it is, if you're in different locations, whatever that perceived separation is, you're not feeling separate at all, because you know that you're connected. You can feel that connection. You can feel that union energetically. So you're not experiencing or feeling separation energetically. There might still be something within the physical world where it looks like physical separation, it looks like no contact, it looks like no communication, but you're not feeling that within yourself. You're not experiencing that within yourself. And you know that your counterpart is part of this experience that you're building, part of this experience that you're creating, part of this life that you're building and creating. Because again, there is no separation. And so, as your counterpart becomes part of your physical reality, your sacred partner, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, as they become part of that expression of yourself, that expression of your physical reality, it's going to amplify. It's not going to detract. It's not going to take away from anything that you've created. It's only going to continue to build on, because you're doing it together. You've always been doing it together. And the more that you anchor into that, integrate that energy, and really embody that union, the more that's expressed, the more that's seen in your physical world. And it's not just seen with regards to your physical counterpart, it's seen in every connection and relationship that you have, where relationships are constantly mending and growing and expanding, and maybe your relationship with money is growing and expanding, maybe your relationship with your career is growing and expanding, your social network, etc. It's gonna express itself in a number of different things, but your external world is simply the expression of the energy that you hold and the beliefs that you hold about yourself and about your world. The external world is the hologram, it is the projection of you. And so it's the expression of you. And so as you continue to expand and grow, you're going to still work through challenges and triggers and things that come up. But that's just kind of residual energy that you're still working through, that you're still sifting through as you're continuing through this ascension process. And ascension is a continuous evolution. So you're going to continue to expand, you're going to continue to grow, you're going to continue to learn, you're going to continue. You're just going to continue. And it's just this continuous leveling up, continuous leveling up. So your partner is going to meet you there. So Divine Feminines, I feel like you're in a really amazing place where you're able to transmute anything that comes up very quickly. You're not lingering in the story. You're not attached to the what was. You're able to transmute it, see what comes up, acknowledge it, observe it, witness it, and continue. And I feel like divine masculines are in that energy, in a similar energy, but their process is more internal right now, where I feel like there's a lot of emotions that's coming up, and I feel like they are moving through those emotions and learning to transmute those emotions. Learning not to attach to their own emotions, just like the feminine had to learn. So let's get into the cards and see what wants to come through. What's going on for the divine masculine, please? Beautiful. We have protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. This feels, I'm getting this energy of like a cocoon, where I feel like I'm hearing a divine rite of passage for the divine masculines. I feel like we have the card in the flow. Everything is smooth sailing. I'm going to take that as well. I feel like there's like this divine rite of passage. That's the phrase that I just heard. This divine rite of passage for the divine masculines, and this is part of their ascension. Divine masculines are going through a consciousness shift. They're having their own breakthroughs and having their own transformations. They're showing me a cocoon, and the divine masculine had been in this cocoon earlier this year, I believe it was, as part of that rebirth. What they're showing me is a vision I had gotten. It's a Sacred Union energy update we had channeled many months ago. I cannot remember what it was. If you guys remember, please leave me a comment, let me know, so I can put a link to it. But it was it almost looked like a womb, where the divine masculine, even as like a grown energy or a grown adult, was naked, and there was this vulnerability about it. There was this very intimate kind of energy about it. And what they showed me was the divine masculine in this womb, almost like in suspended animation, and there was a lot of light codes floating around them. It felt very rainbowy, very prismy. um, and this was part of their rebirth. They were going through this rebirth within themselves, stripping out all sense of who they thought they were and remembering who they are at the core, at the soul. So, over the past couple of months, that has continued to shift as part of the process, where the masculine was coming out of that cocoon. This renewal energy was coming through. I feel like the divine masculine is going through a similar rebirth. However, this cocoon energy here, it doesn't feel like that vulnerable, intimate kind of energy that it was, where they were naked. This feels like they're literally wearing suits of armor. Like they are becoming the warrior. They are adorning the warrior template. It feels like they are recognizing who they are. They know who they are, and they are rising in that conscious masculine energy, that warrior template. Um, Many years ago, and I spoke about this in my book as well, we had channeled the healer warrior template, and that is the divine masculine and the divine feminine in union. That they carry both the healer template and the warrior template as one, working together as one. Now, that could be your own inner union with the feminine and masculine as the healer warrior, or it could be counterparts, one as the healer, one as the warrior. And those roles can obviously reverse. But that's what it feels like. It feels like they're recognizing themselves as that warrior and as that healer warrior as well. And so I feel like there's a lot of emotion that's coming up to the surface. This emotion, let me tap into this for a minute. This emotion doesn't, even though it feels volatile in the sense of it's like a volcano, it's a lot of emotion. It does feel kind of stripped down now that I tune into it. It does feel kind of stripped down. It does feel kind of vulnerable. Um, but not vulnerable in the way of feeling naked. There's a sense of strength behind this. There's a sense of courage behind this. There's a sense of I've got this. That's what this feels like. There's this sense of I've got this. I know who I am now. I had to go through what I went through in order to strip away everything that I wasn't and to realize everything that I wasn't. I had to go through what I went through in order to recognize who I am. And they're pointing out to me that this armor that they're wearing, it isn't a shield. It isn't guarding them. It isn't a wall that's up, it isn't a mask. This armor that they're wearing is the warrior. It's like they're ready to fight. And not fight in terms of toxicity, but fight as in there's a sense of justice. It's King Arthur. Every time I channel this energy for the Divine Masculine, King Arthur comes through. This is King Arthur. You guys might want to check out the Camelot series that I have in my Ascension Connections portal. You might also find one of the videos here on YouTube. But I have the channelings, the series for free on in my Ascension Connections portal. King Arthur is this. He is the ultimate conscious masculine. He is the leader. He is just. He is conscious. He is the conscious leader. And that's what this armor feels like. There's this sense of justice. I know what is right. And it's not just I know what is right in the world, like this moral, having this moral compass. It is I know what is right within myself. I know that the mask that I was wearing was this facade. I know the mask that I was wearing was hiding me from myself. I know what is right now. I know what is true. I know that I am true. I know who I truly am. There's such a beautiful energy that's coming through here. This is a transforming masculine who is taking the reins. We channeled the chariot earlier, taking the reins of their own life, and not in a controlling way, not in an escapism way, not in a toxic way as they might have in the past, or a manipulative way that they might have in the past. This is a masculine who is decisive. This is a masculine who knows what they want now because they know who they are. There's a sense of surety, a sense of confidence that's coming through here. And the armor that they're wearing is the sense of, I am ready. I am ready to stand beside my counterpart. I am ready to do battle. And that's what the divine counterparts do, in essence. Is you are pillars of light in a world that has thrived in the unconscious, in a world that has thrived in the shadow. You are pillars of light, amplifying unconditional love into the world. And so this is a conscious masculine that is now standing beside the feminine energetically and saying, I am here. I am ready. It's a really beautiful energy. So this protected by angels, I do feel like this masculine is in a little bit of a cocoon as these templates are anchoring in and integrating. And there's a lot of emotion that is clearing from this. And again, that emotion, let me just be clear about this emotion that they're feeling. This emotion that's clearing is there's a sense of regret that's coming through, but they're not seeping into this. There's a sense of remorse, regret, maybe even grief, mourning the past, perhaps. Maybe for some it's mourning the past of who they were or what they had created or what they had accepted in their lives. For others it might be mourning a future that they had hoped for or that they had envisioned, and now maybe their life has, or their soul has shown them a different path, a different life, and we have to mourn old versions of ourselves. For others this could be a sense of, I'm hearing reprieve, so it's a sense of relief, and the sense of where I felt worthless. Now I'm recognizing that I am worthy. And it's not a false sense of worthiness or a false sense of worth. It's not an ego energy. This divine masculine, their ego has been stripped. And what I mean by that is they have integrated their ego with their spiritual self. I don't believe that we kill the ego. I believe that we integrate the ego. We learn that soul speaks louder. The ego is what we identify with in this human form. But we learn to identify more with the soul. The ego has been our protector. The ego has been a survival mechanism, a defense mechanism. But when we integrate that, we learn to honor and trust the guidance of our soul. And that soul is what we identify with. So I feel like this masculine is feeling the sense of relief of knowing the discernment between the two and knowing who they are on the soul level and not just the ego level anymore. And this protected by angels this is a very sacred experience for this masculine. a very sacred rebirth time for this masculine, a very sacred transformation. And I like this card that was on the bottom of the deck. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. This is this process that's unfolding. It's this divine timing, this divine alignment kind of energy. Divine feminines allow this process for the divine masculines. Believe and have faith in the divine masculine. Wherever your connection is, whatever you might have experienced, your job, like I have said, is to let go of the past version of them, past version of you, and the past version of your journey. And if you're still struggling with that, if you're having a little bit of trouble with that, make sure you're checking back on past Sacred Union energy updates from the past couple of months. We also have some support resources in our Ascension Connections portal. And if you're not sure where to go, simply email me and I will kind of handpick some resources that I think will help you in your specific situation. So if you're still struggling, just let me know. But this is where this divine masculine is going through this process, and this process is part of this divine occurrence. Really incredible information, really incredible metamorphosis for this divine masculine. I was not expecting this. I do feel like the super moon, they just said the Aries super moon has facilitated this. Aries, again, is all about this action energy. Aries is very fiery energy. It is the first sign in the zodiac, very fiery, wants to get the ball moving. And I feel like that energy has been coming through for the divine masculine the past couple of readings. It's like, let's go, let's go, let's go. This divine masculine is motivated, very motivated for this change. Amazing. Divine feminines. What's going on for the divine feminines? Oh my goodness. Divine feminines. The one that popped out is get ready for new horizons. I'm going to take the bottom of the deck as well because we have surrendering the journey, release, control. So it's interesting that we have two cards of travel here. We have faraway places, like you're literally on the brink of this new phase, this new sense of your journey, this new cycle. And that actually has been coming through for my cardinal signs, those who are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Those who are cardinal signs, we've had a significant astrological transit take place with Pluto moving back into Capricorn, directing Capricorn for the last time in our lifetimes. For the past 15 to 16 years, Pluto has been in the sign of Capricorn, which has really been about authority. There might have been a lot of challenges that you've experienced, a lot of struggle that you've experienced, because Pluto is the planet of rebirth, transformation. Pluto is the underworld, so a lot of unconscious beliefs, versions of yourself might have been asked to go through a transformation. And so for myself, like my literal journey began in 2008, which is when Pluto moved into Capricorn. My literal first awakening was when I was in France in 2008, and last year, 2023, in the fall of 2023, literally 15 years apart, at a full circle moment where I went back to the same town in France where I had my spiritual awakening. I did not realize that, did not connect the dots until literally just last year. But Pluto is creating this transformation, or has been creating this transformation, going through this cycle of metamorphosis. So look at your own life over the past 15 to 16 years, especially if you have cardinal signs, significant placements in your chart. So look back and see what significant moments you've had. For me, it was my first spiritual awakening, deepening my spiritual studies, my personal development, and then I was activated through Lyme disease, and then I was activated to my ascension with my counterpart. So literally through these cycles, it was the most intense transformation. And honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way. Being where I am now, I wouldn't ask for anything else. But Pluto is going to be moving into Aquarius on November 19th, I believe it is. And so it's going to be then impacting the fixed signs. So Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. Who am I missing? Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. Who am I missing? I can't remember as I'm channeling. I'm sorry. I'm missing somebody. I can't remember. But the fixed signs are not going to be impacted. So if you have significant fixed signs, then you might be going through this transformation. And if you have been going through a transformation, if you have been doing, your inner work, it's and have been conscious, it's not going to be as difficult perhaps as someone who was unconscious. I was very unconscious of my spirituality, unconscious of my own journey as I was going through my cycle. But if you have been going through your ascension, if you have been, fairly conscious and doing your inner work, then it's nothing to be worried about. It's just transformation. And Aquarius is all about authenticity, humanitarianism, innovation. So you might actually be seeing some very physical changes in your life that are related to, authenticity, that are related to maybe service work, that are related to, how are you innovating your life. So that feels very significant, especially here, because this is a new cycle that is beginning, and it's a new collective cycle that is beginning. It's not just in your own personal life, but collectively on a great global scale. So with this faraway places, get ready for new horizons, it's an energy of be prepared, but it's not like this doom and gloom thing. It's just prepare yourself. Like, you are ready for it. You are ready for the upgrade. You are ready for the leveling up. You haven't come this far just to come this far. You are constantly growing. You are constantly expanding. You are constantly evolving. And that's what this journey is all about. This life journey, this spiritual journey, this ascension journey is all about the evolution and the expansion and the transformation. And that's what you're doing. So allow yourself to surrender to the journey. Allow yourself to release the control and enjoy the ride of this life experience. Enjoy the unfolding of it. Be present in the blessings, because there are blessings. And if you're struggling, that's what you work on. You work on the points in which you're struggling. You work on where are those holes. The struggles are like the triggers. I always like to say the triggers are like the little buttons, right? The little buttons that the divine masculine would push in you. But they're just poking at the holes where you need to grow, where you need to give yourself more love, fill up those holes in more love. They're just poking at those empty spaces where you're meant to be looking. That's all a trigger is. A trigger is where you're being asked to look at. You're being asked to kind of observe. You're being asked to work on, to heal. So allow yourself to surrender and enjoy this next phase. Enjoy what you are creating. Enjoy what you are becoming. Beautiful. All right, let's get a little bit deeper. I'm using this Light Seers Tarot. I haven't used this in a while, and this is actually the mini deck. I do have I got this when I was traveling. I do have the full-size deck that I have for sale on my website under the seasonal sales. I'm selling a lot of my decks right now that I just don't use anymore. So if you guys are interested in used decks, you can just simply go to my shop on the website and look at the seasonal sales if there's anything that interests you. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm going to just read on this for a minute. Actually, I'm going to take it. It did fall out, and I feel some energy from it. This is what I'm called to. This energy is the Ace of Wands, but this energy is this kind of enlightenment, this illumination, this aha. And I like that her eyes are closed, because what I feel like is she is internal. She is connecting with herself, and that's exactly where the divine masculine is. Connecting with themselves, connecting with higher power, connecting with their soul. So that's what this energy is. It feels like it's very internally connected right now. So they might be less focusing on their physical world and more focused inside on their inner world, going through that inner transformation, their emotions and things like that. So I'm just going to leave that there, and we'll get some more on that later. Divine masculine. What do we need to know for the divine masculine at this time? We have the Six of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah. What I'm actually getting from this energy is the divine masculine. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. Is the divine masculine is almost like taming the storms. And that's part of transmuting that I was picking up on them on for them. This is part of the learning how to balance their emotions, learning how to connect to themselves, where it feels like a volcano of emotion, an eruption of emotion. They're learning how to tame that. They're learning how to transmute that. They're learning not to attach to stories of the emotions and just let their emotions come through. One of the biggest struggles for the divine masculine and the male energy as a whole is the expression of emotions. Because for so long, masculines and males have been taught to, through our patriarchy, taught to suppress their emotions. And you see this every day in our society. And this is something that has been shifting. This is something that has been changing as our world is going through a global awakening and ascension. However, it's very embedded. It is very embedded, where the masculines, males particularly, have been suppressed in their emotions. They're not supposed to have emotions. It's this boys don't cry, real men don't cry, which is absolute bullshit. We know it's absolute bullshit. But that's the patriarchy. That is the control. That is the manipulation. That suppression of emotion is suppression of energy, because emotion is energy that needs to be released. And if you hold on to it, it becomes poison. It festers within you, and you hold on to it. You hold that in your body, it'll create an eruption, right? And it usually erupts in toxicity. And that's why we see toxic masculinity. It's because that emotion has nowhere to express itself. That emotion, that energy has nowhere to go. So this masculine, through their transformation, through their ascension, is learning how to tame that energy, not suppress the energy. That's very different. Taming the energy is allowing themselves to feel the emotions and not get caught up in it. Learning how to have healthy connection to their emotions, because they're having healthy conscious connection to themselves now. That's what this feels like. Six of Swords is traditionally a card of taming the waters, moving into calmer waters. That's what this feels like. It feels like calming the storm, taming the waters, and learning how to navigate those waters. With the Three of Pentacles, I'm getting this energy of learning as well. It's almost giving me like an Eight of Pentacles energy, but with the Three of Pentacles, it's all about teamwork and collaboration. And so where this masculine had been very isolated in the past, singular or individual in the past, I can do everything myself, I don't need anybody. Even in relationship, they might have been very singular. You might have experienced your counterpart as kind of isolating themselves in some way, especially when it comes to expression and their emotions. But this is now somebody who is learning the value of partnership, the value of collaboration, the value of connection. This is somebody who is working with, or learning the value of working with. They also just said that this is somebody who is working with their spirit team. So it doesn't just have to be collaborating and working with and learning from other physical people. This could also be, this has been coming in for a couple months too, reading books or spiritual studies, or listening to podcasts or watching videos or whatever this is. Those are all means of working with. Those are all means of collaboration, that mentorship, that guidance-ship. Divine Feminines, you've done the same with healers, with energy workers, with readers, with spiritual mentors. Divine Masculine is learning the value of community here. And that community could even be ancestors or spirit guides that they're working with, God, that they're working with. So that's the value of working with. Anything else we need to know for the Divine Masculine? King of Cups, learning to balance the emotions. Eight of Wands, that motivation energy, that wanting to move forward energy. Page of Pentacles, very balanced. Page of Pentacles is grounded, very grounded in themselves. Learning to ground this energy here as well. So let me turn the energy over to the Divine Feminine. How is the Divine Masculine feeling in connection with the Divine Feminine? We have Death, Rebirth, and we have the High Priestess. Yeah, two major arcanas. This is a major shift for this divine masculine. This is a transformation in how they see the divine feminine and how they connect with the divine feminine. I feel like they are connecting energetically with you. Now, this might not be as visceral or as clear as it might be in the past. Divine feminine, that's where there might be some detachment, but detachment doesn't mean that you're not feeling your counterpart or you're not caring about your counterpart. Detachment just might mean that you are self-focused, right? And then maybe you get a download, or maybe you feel your counterpart's energy and you're like, hey, I love you. And then you go on your work again. It's that kind of energy. It's not all consuming. And that's what happens when you come into inner union. It's not all consuming. It's just you'll get a surge of energy that you know to be theirs, and you just may take a minute and just say like, hey, I recognize you. I see this. What is it that you want to tell me? I love you. And then you go on your way. That kind of thing. It's a very it's always in oneness. Like, you're always connected to your counterpart and you recognize it, and it just becomes a naturally embodied sensation anymore. It's not surprising anymore, where it might have been in the past. So divine masculine is connecting with you, and is always connected with you. It doesn't feel like they're tugging on your energy. It doesn't feel so separate anymore. This is mine and this is theirs. It's one. It's always one. And so I feel like this is where they're connecting with you. They're connecting very naturally, very organically. I feel like there's some other message there as well. Give me another card, please. Let's have another card. That's too many cards. We're not doing that. What else is going on for this divine masculine? The Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So I feel like with the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords, I said this in a client reading recently, Seven of Swords used to be my least favorite card because it's this deception, this self-sabotage kind of energy. But Seven of Swords is also gaining clarity on something. Something that was hidden is coming to light. And so I feel like with this Knight of Wands energy, it's like moving away. Oh, okay, 10 of Cups. Oh, and 2 of Cups. Okay. I was like, there's something else here. Moving away from the patterns of the past and moving towards something better. And that's where I looked at the bottom of the deck and I'm like, well, what is that? And yeah, 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups. So moving away from the patterns of the past. And the patterns of the past might have been that Knight of Wands energy, that in and out, that hot and cold energy. Moving away from that, moving on from that. Gaining clarity about those patterns and how they were acting, and shifting the energy. And that's part of that rebirth. That's part of that transformation. They might have seen you in one version, and it was a reflection of the version of themselves. And so they may have played that out in the connection. And what I mean by that is maybe there was a fear of commitment. Maybe there was a fear of intimacy. Maybe there was feeling like they weren't worthy of such a connection. And so they projected that and transferred that onto the connection, onto you. And that had them playing out certain patterns, in and out, hot and cold, runner chaser, etc., etc., etc. That launched them into cycles of self-sabotage, self-deception, etc. But now there's like this clarity that's coming through. Now there's like this moving away from self-deception, because they have been unearthing those patterns within themselves. And so also with the Knight of Wands, it feels like this, I'm ready for this 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups. I'm ready to move away from anywhere where I was deceiving myself and denying what it is that I want. I'm ready to move away from anywhere where I was sabotaging this connection, because this is what I want. This is what I'm holding on to. This is what I'm envisioning. And that too came through in a Sacred Union energy update a few weeks ago, where it was like they're envisioning their future now, their highest potential, where before they might have felt afraid of that because they thought it wasn't possible. But now it's like they're envisioning that. Feels really powerful. Okay, Divine Feminines, what's going on for you? Divine Feminines. We have the 10 of Swords. Are these all upside down? We have the 10 of Pentacles. What I'm hearing, Divine Feminines, is it's, again, this process of letting go. You have to let go of the old version of yourself, your journey, your counterpart, in order to begin this new cycle. You have to surrender the journey as you knew it in order to allow for the journey as it wants to unfold to come through, you have to release that control. That is something that we have learned throughout the whole of our journey, continuing to surrender, continuing to release that control, and continue to allow ourselves to be in the unfolding of our journey. And recognize too that that's not something outside of yourself. You are literally the empowered creator. You are literally the master manifester. You literally create. It's about releasing the belief that it's something outside of yourself. Nothing is outside of yourself. Everything is within you. And so with this 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, it's like you have to leave that version of yourself behind, that cycle behind, in order to move into the 10 of Pentacles. You have to let go of the past in order to have your future. You have to have that kind of ending in order to have that beginning. The 10 of Pentacles is just utter happiness, fulfillment, joy, but very grounded. It's having it all in your physical world. And you literally can, but you have to let go of anything that is holding you back from the past. Yeah, the world at the bottom of the deck, you have to end the cycle. And that cycle is something within yourself. The world also indicates success and victory, and that's also that 10 of Pentacles. I almost said 10 of Cups, but yeah, same kind of energy. And look, you're both mirroring this. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Again, it's the same energy. Happiness, fulfillment, wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, having it all. It's the same energy. So you have to allow for that ending. Yeah, I just saw the Devil too. You have to release that attachment. And when we're saying release the attachment, it's not releasing the connection. It's not like you're always connected to your counterpart. That's what union is. But it's releasing the need to know. It's releasing the external. It's releasing the linearity of it. It has to happen this way. The expectation of it. That's what you're releasing. Anything else for the Divine Feminine? No, let's go to how's the Divine Feminine feeling about the masculine. How's the Divine Feminine feeling about the masculine? Three of Cups. Yeah, I like this energy for the Three of Cups. This Three of Cups feels like that partnership. Yeah, 3-3. This feels like that partnership. This feels like that camaraderie, that community. This feels like that union energy. The masculine, the Emperor, I should say, and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so this Three of Cups feels like that, again, that union energy. It feels like celebration. It feels like joy. And when you connect in your heart to your counterpart, what is it that you're actually feeling? If you're feeling lack, if you're feeling scarcity, if you're feeling like, well, he's not here yet, we're in no contact, we're in no communication, look at that. That's what you need to look at. That's what the belief that you need to shift. Because that's creating the separation energy. Union is always part of you. Union is always with you. You're always in union. With the Emperor here and the Four of Pentacles, I'm feeling, where have you been trying to control the situation or unconsciously manipulate the situation? And there's no judgment for that. There's no judgment about anything that you're experiencing, because I guarantee we have all been there. So if this is triggering you, if this is resonating with you, we have literally all been there. But this is just to bring to your awareness of what it is to shift, what you might be experiencing, for what there is to shift. So if you're still holding on to that kind of control of the journey and not in this energy of feeling that union and feeling that joy in your connection in your life, just do some tweaking, do some adjusting. Look at those beliefs that you're still holding. Look at the energy you're still embodying. That's where you do the shifting. The other message that I'm getting is, I feel like this Four of Pentacles is an interesting energy. You see how she feels at peace? This doesn't feel like a regular Four of Pentacles energy where it's like holding on with all you've got. That miserly energy. This doesn't feel like that. This feels like gentle embracing everything that you have and feeling it. It's almost like she's holding that up to her solar plexus, is what I'm getting. And she's feeling that connection within her. And she's at peace. Her eyes are closed. She's listening with her heart. This feels like peace. And this is where I feel like you are connecting to the masculine. So there might be two different collectives or energies that I'm tapping into here. It really just depends on where you are in your journey. Again, this is a collective energy. This is a collective reading. So it might just depend on where you are in your journey, but it feels like this is somebody who's just connecting inwards and holding space. That's what it is, a holding space of the energy for the masculine as they're going through this rebirth and feeling the joy of the connection that is always within you and always part of you. That's a beautiful energy. Yeah, because you know that there is this Ace of Pentacles. You know that there is this new beginning for you. Whatever that looks like. You're not trying to control it. You're not in expectation of it. You just can feel your soul's guidance every step of the way, and you're trusting that. You are surrendered to that. Whatever may be. Let it be. All those kind of platitudes. Just whatever may be, let it be. And you're just allowing your journey to unfold because you're so trusting of your soul. You're so trusting of your path now. You're so trusting of yourself because you now identify as somebody who creates your reality. And so you're trusting of yourself and trusting of the universe of God to be co-creating that together, working together for that joy, for your happiness, for your peace. You're trusting this. So this is incredible energy. Let's end with a card of guidance for each. We're going to use the Moonology deck, given that it was just the full moon. All right, guidance for the Divine Masculine. Nothing is yet set in stone. Yeah, this is part of the rebirth energy, where it's like when you're born, you have your whole life ahead of you, and everything is being created in the now moment. That's what this feels like. This feels like the now moment. This rebirth feels like the now moment, and everything is opening up for the Divine Masculine. They're seeing that they're not beholden to who they were. They're not beholden to the life that they led, that they're able to transform their life by transforming themselves, and thus create a different future for themselves. Beautiful. Divine Feminine. Guidance for the Divine Feminine, please. Expect powerful change. I'm almost getting this energy of believe in the impossible. Just keep holding that energy, holding that vision, but don't be so affixed to the vision that you have to control how it happens. Just hold that energy, embody that energy, feel that energy as if it's here, because it is, because it's you. Because you are literally creating your world, your life, your story. And so hold that vision for this next phase of your life and of your journey. Okay, everybody, that is going to be it. So if you are interested in getting a reading with me, a personal reading, make sure you're booking through the fundraiser, or you can, if you want to know more about Ascension, Twin Flames, and all that, and how I teach it and go deeper with your journey and healing and growth, make sure that you are checking out the Unity Code everywhere books are sold. I'm sending you all so much love and so much light, and we'll see you next time.